for more on the crisis at our southern border. We are joined by Republican Senator from Tennessee and member of the Senate Armed Services and Commerce Committees, Marsha Blackburn. Senator, thank you for taking time. You heard Brian Yanis's great report there. He went into Piedras Negras. In 2018, I followed a caravan all the way from San Pedro Sula, Honduras, 7,000 miles to the U.S. They ended up in Piedras Negras. They were there and crossed into Eagle Pass. What we may see now, if Title 42 goes away, is going to be 10 times what we saw 4 years ago. What do you make of this and what should be done?
What should be done is that Title 42 should be kept. And Griff, as you're mentioning, and as Brian mentioned in his report, you look at how the numbers have escalated under Joe Biden with Title 42 in place, and the expectation that you will go from 6,000 to 7,800 to 18,000 per day. Now, when I heard that 18,000 figure, I looked at the total number of towns we have in Tennessee, which is 345. Of those 345 towns and cities, 90% of them are 18,000 or fewer people per day. So this would be the equivalent of the population of a typical Tennessee town coming across the border every single day of the week. We cannot afford to do this. It is something that is a danger to the sovereignty and the security of our nation. And crime in the streets, drugs on the streets, human trafficking, gangs, sex trafficking, some of those are the biggest problems that our law enforcement and our community leaders talk about they're having to address. Every town's a border town. Every state is a border state.
But Senator, outside of legal court action, what can Republicans in the minority do to try and stop this from happening?
We can look at the funding mechanisms and make certain that there is no money for Title 42, for the removal of Title 42. We also can look at expanding Title 42, and there is bipartisan support for keeping that, forcing that issue, forcing a floor vote, making certain that Title 42 covers drugs and gives extra ability to go after these drug traffickers. I was down in Benton County, Tennessee yesterday, over in the northwest part of the state, and our sheriff over there, Sheriff Christopher, was talking about the presence of fentanyl and how prevalent that has been. They've seen such an uptick in the past 6 months. And he said if we can't secure that southern border, that when those drug dealers come across, it's like a shotgun blast. You know, it spreads everywhere.
It is indeed. And just in the time we have left, I want to ask you also about another story, and that is the administration's new disinformation czar, Nina Jankowicz. Your thoughts and reactions to that?
What we know is that this Disinformation Governance Board is put there to allow the Biden administration to censor political free speech. What they are trying to do is take away your free speech. And this is someone who has shown that they are very partisan, that she is going to take a partisan approach. We know that she believes Christopher Steele is a really great guy, and she also believes that Hunter Biden's laptop is Russian disinformation. But by the way, she was to be a Broadway musical singing expert on Russia disinformation. We see what that has gotten us.
Well, she has certainly created quite a stir. Senator Marsha Blackburn, thank you for taking time. Have a great rest of your Saturday.
Yes.
Jackie?
You too. Take care.